I'm gonna let a few more people come in, and then I will go ahead and get started. I'll give you an introduction to the show. I'll also give you an introduction to the guests, and you can go from there. So let a few more people come on, get to 7 o'clock, and we'll get started. Okay, we're almost at our time, so I want to give a few more people the time to get in, and then if not, I'll get started on the show and get everything situated. Hey Ray, thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. It is now 7 o'clock. And so I will get started. Happy Thursday. We are live on Whose House, Ruth's House. My name is Rudy, also known as Renita. I'm a realtor. I'm located in the District of Columbia, Maryland, DC, DMV. And I wanted to start a show or have a conversation about a show or have the conversation on this show talking about what it is that you do, either purchasing, if you're looking to purchase a home, where should you start if you're looking to, after you've purchased your home, what are some other factors that you could either do for your investment? Maybe it's an investment property if it is, and if it's not, what are your options if you would like to make it an investment property? And so that brought up a conversation for Whose House, Ruth's House, because of course my name is Rudy, and it's just a play on Run DMC's Whose House, the actual show, as well as the song. And so I thought it would be fun to have a conversation about what are those avenues to get started in home ownership, as well as what does it look like after you purchase your home. If you need some help with designs, if you need help with organizing, if you're looking to put your home up for an investment. And today's guest, we will talk with Ray, and he has a company, a property management company, that will allow you, if you need some assistance, if you need help. Yes, realtors can do it, but this is what he does. This is what he specializes in. And so I thought it would be cool to bring Ray in. Ray Samson Properties is his the name of his company, and he can give us some more information about how he, what services he can provide for his clients, as well as being able to, make sure your best investment is getting what is needed, and how he can show you or help you, at least get you in that right direction. So I'm going to bring in Ray. I hope you guys all can benefit from the conversation. And where we go, it will be fun, exciting, and as well as to look forward. If you're looking to have a property to invest in and you need some help, and maybe property management, if you're looking for Airbnb. I know you guys know that I had an Airbnb. I no longer have that Airbnb, but I do also have pointers. But this is his wheelhouse. I really want to bring Ray in, have him talk about where how he got started, all those things that you guys are looking forward to. So I'm going to bring him in. I sent it to him, so hopefully he'll see it. I don't know. Ray, can you see me? I sent the request. If not, you're more than welcome to add yourself to the live. Hey, Sharika, that's one of my future guests. Gonna bring her in. Okay, here we go. There is Ray. Hey, Ray. We doing the R thing, so hopefully he can come on. Oh no. Okay, let's see. Let him come back on. Let's see. There we go. Okay. I think. Hey, Ralph. I think we got it. What's going on, Ray? Can you
How about now?
see me? Okay, it's coming. Something's coming. Hey, Raven. Okay, you coming in slowly. Can you see me?
Can you see me now?
Oh, okay. Yep, I can see you now. It looks like we got some clear picture. Better. Okay.
I can hear you now.
Okay. Can you? I can see you. I can hear
There you
you.
go. Okay.
Okay. So that's right. Stay there, and I'm gonna stay here.
Right. There you go.
So welcome everybody. Again, this is Whose House, Rue's House with Rudy, and I'm bringing my special guest,
Oh,
Ray Sims Property. So I welcome you, Ray. I want the people to know a little bit about you, how you got started, and we'll go from there.
sure. So my name is Ray. My actual name is Renita Sims. I am from PG County all day, born and raised. I started this with my own real estate. I have a house in Capitol Heights, Maryland. And in the midst of COVID, I decided I didn't want to live there no more. I always knew that I wanted to do a real estate investment, but I'm one of those people that always say I want to do something, just never do it. So in the middle of COVID, we had no choice. Like, we was just stuck in our thoughts. So one day I called my realtor up, Greg Carter Hewitt, and I was like, I don't want to live here no more. I want to get a house built. So I did that, and I rented my house out. I still, 4 years later, I still have the same tenants in there, and I enjoyed the process. From there, I have a friend who has a spot in DC, and she didn't want to live there no more either. She moved to California, had me manage it. And from there, I just blew up from there. Just marketed it from that, and to this day, it's been growing.
That's awesome. Congratulations on all the success. And a lot of business came out of COVID and
Right.
made us sit down and think about a few things that we could be doing other things with our time and pouring back into our own families. And so congratulations there. I know that with property management, sometimes people will say, well, you can do property management as a realtor. You could, but you don't technically need to be a realtor to get started in property management. Isn't that correct?
That is correct. That's
Okay.
very correct.
So tell us a little bit about that process for anybody who may be possibly looking into it. Just give them, a few tips or pointers.
I would say definitely research, do your research. Depending on what city, state you in, just know the laws there. Some cities and states need license, and some don't. You want to do it the legal way. You want to definitely know about collecting rent, escrow accounts, just dealing with tenants. You just want to know the whole legal process with evicting a tenant. Every DC is different than PG County. PG County is different than Baltimore. So you want to know what the difference is. And how you can effectively do these processes without holding your client, the homeowner, up. At the end of the day, they want their money, and I
Exactly.
want my money too. Uh,
Everybody
and
wants to get
right, right,
paid.
right. And
And so that's awesome. Everybody gets paid. Go ahead. If you
one thing I did, I always tell everybody that it's a risk, but life is a risk. Like driving in the car to go down the street every day is a risk. So everything is a risk. So you're taking a risk when you're doing this, but I mean, it definitely has its benefits.
awesome. And so, like you said, some areas require probably certain
Right.
licenses and permits. I do know Virginia, you do need a realtor license to be
Correct.
to do property management. How does it show up for DC and Maryland? What are
Um,
the
for DC, you don't need
Mhm.
to be a realtor. You do have to have a property management license. I have a property management license in DC,
Mhm.
uh, and then the homeowner has to be licensed too, and that's pretty much everywhere. They have to have a basic business license, and I also help with obtaining that. Pretty much, it's pretty easy in DC and in Maryland. Maryland doesn't have any strict property management rules. That can always change. We have a new governor now, so that can
Mhm.
all change. But I usually primarily deal with DC and Maryland anyway. I never really stick out into that V part.
Gotcha. I mean, VA need a little love. Show them a little. They got some nice houses out
Then
there,
they
so
got some
I'm
nice
sure
houses. They
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 can
do they do
use they can
they have
use some of your assistance out there for sure. And so, like you said, it has its risk. It has, like anything else. And what have you seen, like, out of being able to be in this business? What have you been able to either learn from, or say, like, if you're at the level that you want to be, what's the next level for you
um,
if you're not
so
there yet?
that's a good question. So when I started it, I just wanted to build a business. So I was taking anybody that wanted my services. Now I know who to take and who not to take.
All money is not good money.
All money's not good money. So I know what properties to manage and what properties not to manage, because every property is not manageable. Every homeowner is not manageable. A lot of homeowners really want to be involved, and that's the reason why you hire a property management. So I'm a property manager, so you won't have to be as involved.
Mhm.
So it's definitely been a learning experience. I'm at a spot now where I'm saying no a lot to a lot of potential clients, because I just don't. Well, I could feel the hassle once from the first conversation.
Gotcha. So you're able to weed out some of those people from the initial conversation, and then you would decide if you want to move forward, or if you say,
Yeah,
you have a referral based thing, or you just say,
yeah. I
I'm
have
not.
a referral base, and then that conversation is just not just a conversation, just actually visiting the property. The
Mm-hmm.
property, yeah. What kind of conditions the property in? Is the homeowner willing to put money into the property? A lot of people don't want to really put money into the property, but I look at it as when I live in this house. Right,
Exactly.
right.
Awesome. And that's some key words, as dealing with clients and customers, is you want to make sure that whatever you do, you would want somebody to do it to you. So it's a customer based business. So you typically are dealing with people's emotions and their investments, and so that brings sometimes not the best out of people, stress, depending on where they're at in their family life. Maybe not theirs per se. Maybe it's a family member and they're just taking over. And how have you, I guess, been able to get through a process like that if there is a chance that it may be not so much their property, or maybe they're assisting that person? Do you have some strategies in place, if there's ever a need for a mediator or something like that?
Um, just having basic conversation. Honestly, you just want to see where they're at. You want to see where everybody's at. Like when you're in this field, you only really want to deal with the homeowner anyway. Legally, you can't really deal with anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and one thing as far as clients, there's no back and forth with that. The purpose of a property manager is to bridge the gap between the homeowner and the tenant. At the end of the day, the homeowner wants their money, and the tenant has to pay it, and we're in the middle to bridge that gap to make sure that they get their money in a timely fashion. Make sure that property is secured and everything is all right. We also want to make sure that the tenant is good. We want to make sure that they got good running water, electricity is good, no issues. And if there's any issues, we got to relay the information back to the homeowner. So it's a constant communication between both sides, the homeowner and the tenant, just making sure both sides are good.
Awesome. So like you said, tenants, they hear you, you know, you're not ignored. And so that's always good to know. I know that in DC, it is more of a, they lean towards more
Yep.
tenants and kind of listening, you know, whatever issues that have come up. They're not so willing to kick them out of the residents, depending on where they are in the process. Give us a little bit of feedback on, you know, how much that can impact the transaction, or if you're trying to get someone out of a home, or if you're, you know, you've given them a few options before you're like, hey.
Yeah, so yeah, it varies from city to city. I haven't had to evict anybody in DC. In PG County, I have, and I think PG County, I actually applaud PG County, and their process is so smooth. Like, I didn't even have to go to court. So if you have your paperwork intact and everything, and you just send it to the county will take over from there. And
Awesome.
we did that. We did that. We had our paperwork in order, and if we sent it to we sent them everything that was required. And from there, PG County took over. PG County evicted the people. Baltimore's a little bit different. Baltimore's trying to save lives. They want everybody in the home.
In the home.
Right. So I'm going through an eviction process in Baltimore right now, where we are doing the paperwork and everything, but they're doing everything they can to keep the people in the house. At the end of the day, the homeowner with their money. So it is a little difficult. You just got to make sure you stay on them though. You got to be on them every day. Every day, those phone calls got to go in and say, "Hey, what's the status today?" Just to make sure that they get out on time.
Awesome. And what is the difference if you're doing say a VRBO type of situation, or Airbnb, versus a long-term rent? Does that process change, and what does it look like?
So the process is really usually different. Cities are getting strict on Airbnbs now. Like in
Mm-hmm.
DC, you can only do it 90 days throughout the calendar year, which is cool, but most people want their money.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, doing Airbnb is cool, but sometimes I have an Airbnb, and I decided not to do Airbnb no more. I decided to do more short-term rentals. So I have a traveling nurse in there. That's a really good option. She's been in there for 6 months. She's been great. I don't have to really worry about it. But getting them out, if you need to get them out, I've never had that situation happen before because they will leave. They require time. The Airbnb that I have, never had any horror stories that you read online. It's just how you market it. It's how you market it and where you set that price at. So it really all depends on how you market and what that price is. If you got a cheap Airbnb, you may have some crazy people that might book it. So if you put it at a certain rate, it really deters people
From
just from
even
staying there. It definitely
staying there.
determines. Yeah, it definitely determines who's going to be there and who's not.
So when you say the 30-day or the 90-day option for DC, he's speaking of how long you can actually rent out the home for the calendar year. So for the calendar year, 365, you can only rent out this particular unit for 90
Yeah,
days. Is that correct?
that's correct. Now there is some exemptions to that. In DC, if the homeowner is like if they travel for work, if their job signs off on it and provided to the city, they can extend that 90 day.
Okay. That's nice to know. So if you guys do have a property in DC, if you have property in Maryland, there are ways where you can do Airbnb. Again, Ray, he can give you some tips. He can give you some information. If you do have an investment property, maybe you no longer want to take on that hassle, he is the guy to do that for you. He knows, like you said, he's well versed in this, and being that he started the business during COVID. So he's seen some of the ebbs and flows of what you can do, what you can do, what you can and can't do in this process, as well as, you know, when there are different seasons, cold, winter, you know, whatever that comes about, he's able to kind of maneuver since he has firsthand experience.
Right.
So thank you. Thank you, Ray, for tuning in today. I really
No
appreciate
problem.
for you joining us and coming on for Whose House, Rue's House with me. And I want for people to check you out if they are looking for property management in DC or Maryland, for them to be able to follow you, for them to be able to contact you. And again, if you're looking to purchase, sell, or invest, feel free to reach out to me as well. So let them know your information, Ray, and then we'll go from there.
At Ray Sims Properties on IG, my website, www.raysimsproperties.org, and email raysims@raysimsproperties.com.
Awesome. I appreciate it. It was such a good experience, such a good time talking to you. And you gave such good information that, somebody who is looking to possibly, rent out their home, that they may feel confident with reaching out to you and just getting some more information. They can do that. I will have his information connected to this live, as well as you can always, follow him. He's currently on this live. So reach out to him, follow him, and if you have any more information, feel free to hit him up. Ray Sims Properties. Again, thank you for tuning in to Whose House, Rue's House. We appreciate you joining in every Thursday. Next Thursday, we'll have a new guest, a new profession that deals either with home ownership, investing in homes, organizing homes, designing homes, all of that. So I appreciate you guys. Have a good night.
All right. Thank
Thank
you.
you.